This, to me, is like one of the most incredible moments of the piece right here, just because she does it so incredibly well. Hi, everyone. Today, I'm listening to the poll winner of the week. Well, actually, this time, it's not a poll winner, because it was a tie. And so Vlad cast the tie-breaking vote, and he cast for Roberta Flack. The other option was Bob Dylan. He said, that's a great song. It's hard to make up my mind, but you've never listened to Roberta Flack. You have heard at least something by Bob Dylan before. So today I'm listening to Roberta Flack for the first time. Interestingly, she just died in February of this year, February 24, 2025. She was an American singer and pianist known for her emotive genre-blending ballads that spanned R&B, jazz, folk, and pop, and contributed to the birth of the Quiet Storm radio format. The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, that's the song I'm listening to, is actually a 1957 folk song written by British political singer-songwriter Ewan MacColl for Peggy Seeger. It became a major international hit for Roberta Flack in 1972, winning Grammy Awards for Record of the Year and Song of the Year, and Billboard ranked it as the #1 Hot 100 single for that year of 1972. So it sounds like, I don't know, a special song, maybe? And I'm looking forward to hearing Roberta Flack for the first time. Many of you have mentioned this name on the channel and on Patreon, so let's hear it.
First time ever I saw your face, I thought the sun rose in your eyes, and the moon and the stars were the gifts you gave to the dark and the endless skies. And the first time.
Okay. This instrumental accompaniment blend is actually really holding my attention, because what I'm hearing is a setting of an atmosphere. But it's more than just, a nice, easy accompaniment that sets the mood and it's kind of a background sound. It has all sorts of little details. A little note here, a couple little notes there, a specially chosen chord here that are being used to kind of enhance the melody and what the voice is doing. It's done so gently, it's done so subtly, it's done so, shall I say, light-handedly, meaning it doesn't feel like somebody's trying to create a whole dramatic backdrop or give a something musical for every little turn of the phrase, but a little touch here, a little touch there. It's the way I feel about when I get the same response when I hear somebody playing, accompanying a folk song. Well, I guess this is kind of considered a folk song. Yeah, 1957 folk song. Although we know who wrote it. But this feeling of, it's a song that feels timeless. And with many folk songs, we have no clue who wrote them. And the music that accompanies it or that carries it is typically your simple folk song. What do you do with that? It has fairly traditional harmonies, melodic shapes. How do you really make it special? And to hear somebody accompany, well, I have to tell you what's in my mind. It brings to mind a couple harpists whom I've heard through the years play folk songs. And they have the same incredible ability to just place one note or a single chord or a couple notes here or there. And it brings the whole thing to life and sets an incredible atmosphere that keeps me listening. And I'm almost holding my breath throughout. Not because it's some sort of harmonically complex masterpiece, not because it's some incredible melody that is, some sort of, again, masterpiece end to end. None of that. It's because of the delivery, the performance. And as much as I am enjoying Roberta Flack's voice, I have to say I'm also really appreciating the accompaniment to her voice and these little details and subtle touches. I want to back up just a little bit because they're so nice. And probably, since this is a folk song style, we'll come back around. But I have no idea what's coming next. So I'm going to back up since I heard them there. I like the way, for example, I like the way the piano. So she's an American singer and pianist. All right. Maybe she's the one playing the piano here? I don't know. But I like the way the piano part just kind of comes and goes. It's not all piano, although you certainly could make this all piano or all harp or all guitar. But it's like these instruments just kind of hand the baton to one or the other. But it's even more subtle than that. It's not really a passing of the baton. It's more like a weaving, almost a conversation where one person says something, the other person takes the thought a little bit further. The other one carries it around this corner. And here, as this piano enters, just as the bass is walking down, bum bum bum, the same moment, da da dum. So it's as if that note, da da dum, bum bum bum, is the point at which they part ways a little bit and take it two different directions. First we hear the bass. Dum, dum, dum. And we might expect the piano to carry it on. But no, that's about all the piano does. Instead, we move back to the guitar, and I'm tempted to say there's a bit of harp broken chording in there as well. But I'm not sure, actually.
I thought the sun
yes.
rose in your eyes.
It sounds very harp-like to
And the
me,
moon
as well as the guitar.
and the stars.
That's a guitar. That's a guitar. That's piano.
Were the gifts you gave to
A little bit of
the
piano.
dark.
This, I loved this moment. What a nice surprise when the chord shifts to the dark, and suddenly it's a surprising chord change where we kind of expected something else, but instead we end up on this chord that makes it suddenly feel dark.
Were the gifts you gave to the dark.
Dark. cello coming in.
Felt the earth move in my hand.
Voice is getting more powerful, shifting in the harmonies.
Like the trembling heart
Nice line going down.
of a captive bird that was there at my
More strings coming
my
in.
love. And the first time.
So, beautiful instrumental accompaniment. I don't know who's responsible for this arrangement, but whether it's Roberta Flack or someone else who created this arrangement to accompany her voice, it's really well done. Nicely balanced. It's progressing. I like the way it's not focused on any one thing. It's more a texture and the light and the shade and the colors and all of that. But it's done so light-handedly. It's never invading or interfering with her voice. And what a beautiful voice. What a nice delivery. I appreciate how this piece, which is really quite meditative and reflective, she's chosen a slow pace. And the melody is a melody that has a lot of long sustained notes. And she's neither letting it stagnate and feel like, all right, can we be done with this note now? Neither is she rushing past, but she is allowing us to dwell and in each moment that passes. And for the lyrics, that is perfect, because these lyrics are all about remembering and reliving certain moments which were otherworldly. The first time ever I saw your face, I thought the sun rose in your eyes. The moon and the stars were the gifts you gave to the dark and empty skies, my love. And the first time ever I kissed your mouth, I felt the earth move in my hands. That's when the cellos come in, the earth move in my hands, like the trembling heart of a captive bird that was there at my command, my love. These lyrics are actually quite dramatic, aren't they? They are expressing the incredible impact and memorableness of these first time moments. And she's not taking this in a dramatic way. She's letting the words speak for themselves, and she's letting each one sink in and letting us just savor that moment. But it doesn't feel like we're not moving, like we're sitting without motion. And that's a fine balance to strike with a singer. It's hard to do, and she's doing a really lovely job of it.
At my love.
Like, for example, here, at my command. Listen to how she sings that word command.
At my my love. And the first time.
And the first time
ever I lay with you.
there is harp mixed in
Your
this.
heart so close to mine, and I knew
what a wonderful space she left there. And this is something which all of us, whether we are amateur musicians or music students or professionals or simply music lovers, when we become aware of this, it really enhances our appreciation and our ability to express musically. The idea of what is a dynamic for a song. A song like this is gentle, it's quiet, it's soft, it's reflective. And it's very easy to think, okay, I need to keep it all within this certain volume range. Don't go beyond that because I don't want to break the spell. Listen to the moments when she digs into her voice here. And in this moment, if we just isolate it,
so close to mine.
There's a lot of power here in her voice. If we were just to hear that out of context, we would have no idea the rest of the incredibly controlled quietness of this song. And if you're ever wishing to create a piece of music that has this sort of impact, then this is one of the most important things to remember, that there is room within quietness, within this low volume range. There is room to have these massive swells of volume. There is room, and it will not break the spell. Instead, it will enrich and colorize and enhance and fill out the emotional content of the emotional delivery of the whatever it is you're trying to convey. The secret? Exactly what Roberta Flack is doing here. She's starting quietly. She's making sure that the greater percentage of the piece overall is in this quiet range. Having done that, I assume she will also end quietly if she wants to keep this. In fact, I can just look here. Yes, I see the sound graph ends quietly as well. So that's the key. Start quietly, end quietly. Have the larger percentage, plus 50%, be this quiet range. And then there is room to swell, and don't be afraid of that fuller, bigger sound. And I'm giving this out as advice. I'm presenting it as advice, but really it's an observation. It's an admiration of her incredible musical instinct that I hear in this song, the control and the awareness of where and how much to give. And she gives a lot in this moment. And it's beautiful and it's free. And it strikes at just the right time to convey more of the depth of the piece. But it doesn't destroy this quality of reflective memory and dwelling in these special, precious moments.
And the first time ever I lay
Nice growth ever. Nice swell.
your heart,
I like her articulation.
so close to mine, and I knew our joy.
And this coming right after that powerful moment. And I knew our joy. And she cuts it off and makes us wait and wait.
and I knew our joy
Wait.
would fill the earth.
Now, for me, I hear that as the completion of, and I knew our joy. I hear it as I knew our joy would fill the earth. And I don't hear it as two separate phrases. This is interesting because this is something that I've talked about in some of the more modern style, pop style singing that I've listened to. 21st century, especially, some of the singers, they like to interrupt the lyrical line right at these inopportune moments. The first time I ever lay with you. And it seems to be kind of a stylistic habit, feature. And I've commented about, I'm curious where that comes from and what the point of it is, beyond just a stylistic form, something. Here is a whole different kind of interruption. And this also, imagine hearing this without the instruments. Just listen to her voice. Just her voice. Just listen to the voice and see if you can imagine it without the instruments, and see if you can hear how incredibly linked these two halves of the phrase are, so that while we hear this incredible moment of silence, we hear the continuation as a continuation, even without the
And
instruments.
I knew our joy would fill the earth.
I love it. I love it. To me, that is masterful singing. That is incredible control of the musical line. To be able to interrupt the line, to stop in the middle, to keep me suspended there over this great canyon of silence, and when I touch down on the other side, would fill the earth. I haven't fallen down. I haven't lost the continuity. It reminds, this is ridiculous. It reminds me of some of those little, I don't know, animated, is it an old game, or I guess I've seen a video of this line rider, a bicycle or a bike riding and bouncing over different. Oh, Vlad, can you tell me what I'm thinking of? Have you seen these? I guess I've seen a sort of set to classical music, some famous classical piece, and it's this rather barren scape, and there are canyons and gaps in the road, and the bicycle or the motorbike is just riding along. Vlad's clueless. I'm sure you've all seen this, because I guess I've seen several of them. I'll see if I can find a link for one, because somehow I think it's like line rider. I don't know. Anyway, the idea that you can have this continuous line, this continuous path of travel, which includes gaps, and you have to time your launch from one side to the other to carry on, because if you time it wrong, you'll fall down into the canyon, and that's the end of it. Or you will overshoot, or something will go wrong. That's a challenge to do as a singer, because it's more than just vocal technique. She's not doing any kinds of vocal gymnastics here. It is about breath control and breath support, and a real vision of the musical phrase, and a clarity of where does it end. And it has nothing to do with where your voice starts and ends. And as a singer, that's an incredibly challenging thing to do. It's more challenging than, say, on the violin, I think. But this, to me, is like one of the most incredible moments of the piece right here, just because she does it so incredibly well.
And I knew our joy would fill the earth.
And finally,
Last till the end of time, my love.
I like this constant pulsing.
The first time ever I saw your face, your face, your face, your face.
It's beautiful. It is perfectly paced, and it leaves this. It lets the music speak. It lets the music breathe, and it lets us just immerse ourselves in this musical moment. And to me, that's special. This is my first time hearing Roberta Flack, of course, and this is my first exposure to her voice. I don't know enough to know if this is her style for everything. In this particular song, she sounds like a very masterful kind of folk style or easy listening style singer. There are no great fireworks or grand displays of prowess. This song ought not to have any of those. So I don't know if she ever does that. But I know that here, this song, she handles it incredibly well. It's interesting to me, too, to think about who wrote the lyrics, that it was it a British political singer-songwriter. There's nothing really political about this song, but I like the poetic elements. I like the picturesque elements. I like the way it seems to be able to express something that is more than just the words. Even within the words, I like the way he handles the language, and I appreciate that the music itself doesn't try to kind of overtake the language, but simply lets us enjoy the lyrics as they are, with this simple folk style melody, and a lovely piece. Thank you all for voting for this. Thank you, Vlad, for choosing this with your tiebreaker vote. And for those of you who wanted me to listen to Bob Dylan again, no worries. I'm sure I will in the future. You can always resubmit another Bob Dylan vote from your side if you wish. But this was a lovely experience for me today, and I thank you all, and I'm looking forward to what you have for me to hear next week. I'll see you soon.